All right, what's going on, boys? Traded pretty good today. We took 4 trades total, 2 W's and 2 L's. I think I have made a new breakthrough in this strategy. As you can see, massive rip up in the market since we opened. I've been moving up the whole time. I actually did manage to get stopped out of a long setup, especially down here. You know, right up here, we've kind of started to slow down momentum. As of recently, at the time I'm recording this, we started to slow down momentum quite a bit. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I think I'm going to start doing with my strategy. It has been cooking because I looked at all my trades over the past week, and pretty much I'll just tell you guys now, I think I'm going to change my TP to 40 points. That's going to give me a 2 risk to reward ratio, which is really good because that means 1 win will basically account for 2 losses. Or like if I win a trade, I'll have to lose 2 losses, or have to lose the next 2 trades to be back at break even. Every single trade that I've taken this week has hit 40-point TP. Like if I was to have 40-point TP, it would have hit. So I think, and same with today. Well, not yet because this last trade hasn't hit yet, but I think it will. It's looking like it's going to. This one did. Anyway, I had these higher time frame zones, such as on the 15-minute drawn out. You can see right here, I had this high marked out, also kind of in correlation with this high. I had these highs marked out over here. This high, you can just see we have a lot of significant highs on over here. So I just went ahead and marked a bunch of those out, kind of on the smaller time frame. No, I don't even think I did. Most of them were these were all on the larger time frame. Yeah, down here, that was from yesterday. But today, pretty much biggest zones I was looking at was this area right here, these highs right here, and then on over in this high as well, and then all the way over here, these highs right here that are pretty significant. So had all of those areas marked out, dropped down onto the 1 minute and the 2 minute. Boom, market opens. We just have a absolute rocket ship up. Here, Hikinashi on the right hand side, you can see is just very green. Red had a red candle right there going into market open. However, I'm still just, you know, I have such a long bias. So looking for longs, boom, nothing. Right here, we go ahead and we close above our zone. We break above. Now I'm looking for us to kind of hold this area. You can see we're starting to hold it a little bit. We start to show a little bit of strength. I'm like, okay, bang, I'll take my entry there. Could have waited and got a better fill here. I maybe could have set my entry to be like right there, which would have had then my stop below the zone, which would have been a little better. So that's something I could have done better on this trade. Nonetheless, we were in a little bit of drawdown. Ended up hitting full TP right there. And then as I said, I think I'm going to change my strat to actually a 40-point TP. You can see here, boom, 40 points would have actually hit within the next 2 candles on the 1 minute. So not even another 2 minutes I would have been in that trade, and 40-point TP would have hit. Anyway, still looking for longs. 5-minute Hikinashi, still super green. We break above our next zone right here. Literally looking for the same setup, looking for us to just break above, hold, and then start to show a little bit of strength. Just give me confirmation that we're about to make that next leg up. So start to hold a little bit. Now I'm kind of looking just for some confirmation. Didn't really, you know, I could have taken it off any of these also after knowing that I wanted my stop loss to be below the zone. I was looking to have my entry like right around here. So I actually was specifically in this scenario waiting for us to come down to actually, shit, I did not mean to do that. Actually retest our zone to get an entry and then kind of reject out of it. We never tapped back into it, so I actually just sat out of that one. Right here, these are the higher time frame zones that I had marked out, something like that. And then if we come on over back to price right now, right here, we actually do break above it. We get a little bit of a retest. Really nice top or bottom wick out of it and close green here. Still wanted to see a little bit longer of a hold, especially after this full body candle right here. Right here, printed this candle, bottom wick nice. You know, longs were looking good here. Honestly, could have taken a stab at it there. I just wanted to see a little more confirmation. Take my entry right there. I ended up getting filled about a point higher. So I took my entry right there. You know, this is a great setup. Right here, we broke above the zone, held it, retested it. Also, this is a higher time frame zone, so I'm more confident it's going to be respected. So we broke above it on the smaller time frame. Obviously, we are uptrending the whole day, so I have a long bias. We're playing in, everything lines up, right? We are playing in line with our bias, which is longs. Obviously, we are looking for a, you know, we want a higher, you know, we preferably want a higher time frame zones to be broken and held on the smaller time frame. Then we look for our entry. So bang, you could even say here we have a little 1 minute fair value gap that got respected as well. And right here, you know, big bottom wick, close green, close red here, but still big bottom wick right there, great candle right there, great candle, ended up filling right there. And then unfortunately, it was looking pretty good. We started to, you know, we kept holding that low. Look at all these wicks, boom, wick, wick, wick. We just kept wicking out of this. And this candle right here, I was for sure thought we were going to go to continue this thing. Ended up getting stopped out. Great setup nonetheless. Literally Honestly, in my opinion, an A+ setup. Not mad at all that I took that thing. Ended up breaking structure to the downside right here. As you can see, we closed below this low. 5-minute Hikinashi was at this point still green, so I wasn't looking to take shorts yet. But, you know, little foreshadowing here. You can see this red candle right here, which is why I ended up taking the shorts right here. So we broke structure to the downside actually after, you know, the SMC and me after taking out those high time frame liquidity sweep, break of structure, 5-minute Hikinashi flips red. Even though we were just ripping up all day, I did end up looking for shorts right here. And then, yeah, we just basically broke that low. I ended up filling right here. Not gonna lie, this is kind of a ass setup, to be honest. 5-minute Hikinashi flipped red. I think I jumped the gun looking back on this. Like, I was just saying this was an A+ setup. This right here, this was a B setup. This was really not the best setup in the world. It was good. Like, I see confluences for it. You know, 5-minute Hikinashi changed red. Ideally, if I wanted to take shorts, should have had my stop above this high. We were in a little bit of profit right there, you know, ended up closing below that zone. You know, better confluence, I think, if I wanted to look for a short entry, would be to wait for the actual close below the zone, which would have been right here. Even though we did break structure, I wanted to just, you know, break and hold. Break and hold is always what I should be looking for. So I want to see a break right here and then a hold. We actually didn't hold. End up getting stopped out. 5-minute Hikinashi flipped back green. I immediately took longs as we closed back above this zone and then broke structure back to the upside. I immediately took longs and TP hit pretty much instantly on that one. So that was a good trade as well. Came back on it. Probably shouldn't have taken this short setup right here. Do I have some good confluences for it? Yes, but I definitely don't consider an A+ setup. This right here, A+ setup. This right here, first and second trades were both A+ setups. This third one, not really the best. Like I said, could have sat that one out. This one right here, I'm gonna say was probably not an A+ setup, but I'm gonna give it an A-. I'm gonna give it an A- setup. You know, we closed back above the zone. We were playing with the higher time frame trend. And also, I think if we go ahead and look onto the 5-minute, yeah, this was great too. So look, you can see I took my entry pretty much right after this candle. Big bottom wick, also respecting that zone, respecting these FVGs down here. So yeah, this will, you know what, I'll give this, no, we'll keep it at an A- setup. We'll keep it at an A- setup just because it's a little more choppy prior to the entry than I would have preferred. But at the end of the day, we did finish green on the day, which is good. Probably could have done with sitting that one out and then I would be up a little more. But however, let's just say, for example, that I had a 40-point TP. I was down after losing these two trades. If I had a 40-point TP, I actually would have been at break even after winning one trade and then losing two. Let's go ahead and see if this thing would have hit, because you can see on this trade, I just barely hit 30 points. But every trade so far this week, I look back on every trade that I took and hit TP on. If I was to have a 40-point TP, it would have hit. And then obviously, you know, it's only 10 points, but 10 points can make all the difference, especially when you're trading on the smaller time frames like I do. I can already tell just by looking at Hikinashi. Actually, we might have an outlier. I'm not gonna lie. I think this thing actually would have got stopped out. Yeah, this thing actually would have got stopped out. Not gonna lie. Okay, so maybe, I don't know. That's the only one on the week though. So maybe, I think I'm still gonna end up changing to a 40-point TP. You know, fortunately I did hit TP on that one. That would have been annoying. We would have been, you know, pretty dang close to it. But, you know, we'll take it. Break even week. I'm not really, you know, break even at the end of the day just means you preserved capital. That's a great thing, especially because last week I had a great week, so I'm not tripping about it. Next week, you know, always going into the market with confidence. Obviously, next week can be a red week. Next week could be another break-even week, but I'm always going to keep my head up and be like, yeah, next week I'm going to kill it. I think I'm definitely going to start out next week with changing my TP to 40 points, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, guys, that's it from me. Just quick little recap. Super easy. Honestly, great price action day today. Right now, things are starting to get a little rocky road right now with this chop, kind of, but other than that, pretty good day. Stay tuned for short forms, TikToks, all that kind of stuff. Make sure to subscribe. Also, what do you guys think of this little whiteboard right here that I made? I think it's pretty sick. I spent like 30 minutes drawing that. I think it's pretty cool though. I don't know, whatever. That's all from me. Love you guys, and I will see you later.